We're pulling out all this wiring. Whatever's not needed in the wall, in the bathroom, I don't want it there. So I'm getting it all out. The colorful wires you're seeing over here, that's all the low voltage system. Currently, I'm not running the low voltage system, nor am I sure how I'm going to rewire it or lay it out. So for the time being, I'm going to set it aside, and then I'll have to come back and rewire it later. And I'd rather do it from the top. Up in there, that channel is where the main harnesses have been fitted on both sides. So they don't really need to be through the walls. I'm not exactly sure what that was all about. I'm sure that there was probably a couple of options where they needed outlets and switches and things of that matter. So they went ahead and dropped it through the walls. But I don't want any of that in there because God forbid water leaks and things of that matter. Now, what I keep showing you, these little holes in the harness, that's where these morons ran drywall screws through the Romex. So when you're doing one of these projects, make sure you run your hands along everything, because your fingers are going to tell you where those holes are. You may not catch it with your eyes, but if you run your hands up and down that harness while you're pulling it through, your fingers will catch it. And obviously, if there's something there, you want to get rid of it. So, you know, here I am snaking this through, trying to move it to set it aside, and every time I find one, I have to cut that Romex where I found it, because I'm not going to patch that up. There's no need to reuse that, and it's cost effective enough to just get rid of it and redo it. But I definitely don't want the hazards. I keep finding them in here. I don't know if the carpenters they used when they did all the wood on the walls and the wiring guys, the electricians, knew each other, but this is not good. It looks like the left didn't know what the right was doing when they did this internal stuff. And I know there was a lot of subcontracting done on this, subcontracting, my apologies. So there's a couple different things in there, but we're getting it all out and we're making it nice. So that's what you're seeing. This harness I'm currently working on is a low voltage system for the trailer. Like I said before, I'm not currently handling any low voltage. I'm going to handle all the high voltage first, and then probably down the road I'm going to handle the low voltage. Just don't want to deal with it right now. So want to get it out of the way, want to keep it nice and clean. But for the time being, we went ahead and we tape up all the tips on everything. Because what happens is when it comes time for you to power up that low voltage, you start connecting things by that breaker box. You don't know what went where, and the last thing you want to do is create more problems and start blowing fuses every time you're trying to do something. So I went ahead and taped them all up, every single one, so that hopefully that in itself is going to minimize any issues I might have moving forward with the low voltage system. There's a lot of harnesses in here that are low voltage, so I haven't gone through any of them yet, but for these I wanted to make sure we were covered. So just want to let you know what's happening. Hey, went ahead and got it all taken care of. Nice, very nice. You don't want to wrap those harnesses all the way up with tape, because if you got to go back to get to them, it's going to be a problem. So The first issue. Second issue is if you do get water leaks, you want that water to eventually evaporate and dry up. And typically, if you do have it wrapped up with tape, the tape will actually keep the water in there and create more problems. A lot better, right? Keep it moving.